Hello again, this is Valda Regattas. Going to talk to you today about a slipping mother of all. So often these old wheels, whenever you begin spinning, the mother of all wants to tilt and turn and just not really stay steady and in place. A couple of things: you want to be sure your fiber prep is just right, and also that you're not pulling too hard. Whenever you draft, you should let that fiber flow from your hand. You shouldn't be tugging at it and pulling at it. Let the wheel and the fiber do the work. You're not really working at it real hard to do the drafting. You're just letting it flow, and let that death grip go, that's for sure. So just hold it like the butterfly or the little bird that you've often heard of. So the mother of all, what to do with it if it keeps swiveling. These old wheels, they shrink from age just like we do in height. And fittings are just not as tight as they were in the very beginning with the wood, and that's very natural. 2 or 3 things that's going to be your weapons for this is beeswax, chunk of beeswax, natural fiber, even sticky wool is great. And we have talked about waxed linen before. This is a really great weapon in your arsenal. You need that in your toolbox, waxed linen. It's not hard to make. It's just a piece of linen. Put it between parchment paper with some beeswax sprinkled on top. Put maybe a little bit of carnauba wax in with it, or pine resin, and just iron it until it soaks in. Not hard, just really not hard. And you'd be surprised how much you will use that. You can tell this was a square piece when I started. But let's look at this mother of all. If you're beginning in wheel restoration or maybe great wheel spinning, you might find that it's a consistent problem or a common problem with that mother of all that wants to twist and turn. And that's what this one is doing. So let's take a closer look at it. One of the first things I'm going to do is disconnect the drive band. We could even take it completely off if you so choose. This one's still a little bit loose. If I pulled on the spindle over here, it might still swivel just a little bit. One of the first things we want to do is, and I've taken off some old hemp. Let me take that off. That's some old hemp. It was not successful. Let's get rid of that. Just toss it aside. One of the first things you probably ought to do is let's just give that a good beeswaxing. Make it kind of sticky. Remember, paraffin slips, beeswax sticks. So paraffin slips, beeswax sticks. Let me tell you, you will use that time and again. So keep beeswax in your toolkit. It will come in very handy. I can't really get that in there right now. Now that helps some. Beeswax might help quite a bit if I was able to get it inside the mother of all. It might help even more. This is the mother of all, and this is the maidens. The 2 pieces here, the 2 uprights, and the spindle. And my messy little ties here on the corn husk bearings. Something that I did do earlier, I cut a little piece of waxed linen and slipped it in there. And if I push down on it, I think it might stay. It's certainly much better than it was between the beeswax and the waxed linen. Now, if I were out demonstrating and I was in peril and it just kept slipping on me, one of the things you could really do at the time, think like our ancestors. Put a little piece of fiber in there. And if it's unwashed wool, that's all the better. It's sticky then. So that will really help firm it up as well. So the mother of all, it really needs to be stable, shouldn't swivel. The maidens should be stable. Sometimes I've even put beeswax on the bottom of those where they go into the bottom of the mother of all. And be sure your fiber is prepped properly. So in a pinch, some fiber tissue, paper towel, whatever that is going to help. And then beeswax also, and waxed linen. So any of those items or combination thereof, I think will probably work. This one I'm going to use beeswax and waxed linen to try and stabilize it. It's a wonderful spinner, so try it out, see if that works for you. But that is the mother of all spindle, pulley or whirl, as they call it, spindle flange. There's so many parts to a great wheel, but they are so simple and they still work. So happy spinning.